Come on, man. Good evening, groovy people. Great to see everybody on board. I'm already having a great time just kind of following along the comment line, scrolling by. A lot of great riffs, a lot of great stuff happening right there. And wouldn't you know it, Giants have a nice 3-1 lead. Tony and I started a pre-show meeting. Bam, bases are loaded. Just like that. Just like that. Arizona's got the bases juiced. 0 outs, by the way. We'll keep you updated as this thing goes. And I know a lot of you are watching the game simultaneously. But again, welcome aboard. Polymac Night Flight underway. We've got lots of cool stuff up our sleeve. And also a reminder right out of the gate, don't forget, tomorrow will be the last show of this week because of the 4th of July holiday, national holiday. Wave that flag, barbecue, do your thing. We're all going to take the day off Friday and enjoy ourselves. And that also comes with a caveat, a little reminder here. To get on your A game, no time to waste. Ain't no time to hate, barely time to wait. Shout out Robert Hunter. Shout out Jerry Garcia. That's Uncle John's band. The musical assignment, here it comes. So Saturday in Birmingham, England, there will be the final Black Sabbath show ever played. It's called Back to the Beginning. Everybody from Metallica to Soundgarden, Billy Corgan, Steven Tyler, Guns N' Roses. It's mayhem. It's everybody going over there to pay respects to the godfathers of metal. So that in mind, we're looking for an Ozzy Osbourne song tomorrow or a Black Sabbath song. Your pick, send them on in. You guys know how it works at this point. The musical assignment returns tomorrow, special day. Before we get into anything tonight, Tony, I just wanted to say a couple of things I noticed on the comment line, and then we'll get into our business. Is first of all, Noemi, I'm sorry, good evening. And I saw you saying, hey, I'm just about to pour one. Guess what? That makes 2 of us. Cheers. Chendon, everybody. Here's a little sip of vino. Get this thing started.
Nice.
Yeah, that works. And then Doug in Japan, Tony, check this out. Doug's with us tonight. What's up, Doug? Thanks for coming all the way overseas to join us on Polymac Particles. I hope we can deliver you a giant win tonight, although they are scarce these days. But check this out. Doug from Japan was talking to like Rags, and then he reached out and he said he called Dom Peralta. Ready for this, Dom? And we're going to hear more from Dom Peralta in just a second. Stand by for a Dom Peralta update. But Doug in Japan just dropped a Dom-san, okay, on Dom Peralta. He just dropped a Dom-san on him. And I'm telling you right now, dude, I'm on board. I want to play along, dude. Should I be Pauly-san? Or should I be Max-on? Or should you be, you know what I mean, Creative-son? I just love it. I want to be, what am I drinking? I got some Pinot Noir here, Hacksaw. A little Pinot, a little Domaine Serene Pinot Noir. Let me take another sip just to make sure.
Well, hold on. While you're doing that.
That's right, Tony. That's right.
Come on, you're an Alpha
Yeah. Fuck the Hey, Doug. Hey, Rags, you got it right, dude. I'm drinking Pinot-san. And I want to know, what does, Doug in Japan, if you speak the language, if you have the tongue, what does Sasaya mean? Sasaya, blah, 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 blah. You should translate the lyrics for us so we can break that all down. All right, enough of my rambling. Creative Tony, I see the mushrooms. I see Squatch. I see the jungle vibe. Shout out to Pine Needle for donating the set, the backdrops tonight. They look great, very psychedelic. I love those mushrooms. Tony, how's your head tonight, buddy? How you doing, man?
You know, Paulie, I'm okay, buddy. I need this night flight tonight. I need it.
Okay.
Because it was a heavy day for me. So, you know, we said goodbye to a dear friend today. So, just leaning into you, leaning into the PMP Army today, big time to the PMP family, because I got what we do. And hey, man, I was actually really looking forward to it all day. So, here I am. I'm excited, dude. I'm super stoked. And you know, as of right now, the Giants still have a lead. As of right now,
well, it's already 3-2. We started the show 4 minutes ago. The D-backs have already put a run on the board. Now you got runners on first and third, 2 outs. The score is 3-2. Tony, go ahead. And I'm sorry about your rough day, bro. I'm here for you. I got you. But anyway, yeah.
Ride the wave, Paulie. Like you know, like Eddie Vedder says, ride high against the wave, buddy. High amongst the waves. Excuse me, high amongst the waves. But Paulie, I would like to say first, out of the get-go, dude, we gotta recognize our new freaking sponsor, right?
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, because we're so excited to have this sponsor on board with us, and it's you know, it's brought to you by the tonight's show. The night flight, this Wednesday night flight is brought to you by Stellar Design, the San Francisco Bay Area based industrial design studio, shaping the future of product innovation, Paulie. Shaping it, dude. Industrial design is the professional practice of developing products and systems that optimize function, value, and appearance for users while weaving, Paulie, one of my favorite words, weaving in engineering for manufacturers.
I already got to jump. I got to jump off into several splinter riffs right now, right out of the gate. The riff tree, like Bill Walsh coaching tree. I got the Polymac particle riff tree. There's several branches I need to address. One, you said, as you started talking, you said, Paulie, I had a rough day, but here I am. And just do me a favor, Tony. Next time you speak the words, here I am, please follow those words with rock you like a hurricane. Okay. So if you're going to drop a here I am, I'm going to go ahead and need you to say like rock me like a hurricane. Number two, you talked about Stellar Design shaping, okay, how they shape the future of product innovation. Let me just make a little confession to all of y'all right now. I think Creative Tony knows this about me. Most people don't, though. Rags, you're going to be shocked when you hear this. You have no idea what's coming your way. I'd say over about the past 15 years or so, dude, I've taken like a massive interest in surfing. I love surfing, even though I don't surf. I have a massive appreciation. And the thing is, I got into surfing when my kids were really little. And I actually had a buddy, Cyrus, gave me a board. He gave me a board, had a wetsuit. I was ready to go. But my hands were full with two little kids. I just couldn't get out there and start paddling out. I was a beginner. So I never really started doing it, but I will in my next life. And I want to tell you this. When you talk about shaping, Tony, I don't know if anybody can fire us from this because I'm so used to getting fired. It's like one of my specialties. I like to get fired every few years. But I got to tell you, I don't know if we're going to get fired or this whole thing collapses in scandal, but whenever this thing goes away, I hope my next gig is I want to be a surfboard shaper. That was a very long route of me getting to the word shaping. You're talking about shaping and Tom Peralta. I want to be a surfboard shaper. Anyway, a shaper.
I promise you this, Paulie, I bet you Stellar Designs could put a badass design on whatever surfboards you shaped. Put it that way.
Well, dude, I'd like to have the PMP logo on my board. You know what I mean? Just give me that big PMP logo. Anyway, let's get back to Stellar Design. Sorry about that. The riff tree was speaking to me. I had to swing from those branches. Okay, Tony. So anyway, we got breakthrough consumer electronics to life-saving medical devices. Stellar merges cutting-edge technology with stunning aesthetics, so your product looks amazing and works flawlessly, Creative Tony.
Dude, founded in 2014, dude. That is 11 years ago, Paulie. See that math? 11 years ago. But also, Stellar Design was created by our dear own Dominic Peralta, and he built it from the ground up. And that's why we speak the same language as Dom, because what attracted us to Dom, what attracted Dom to us is that basically he built his business from the ground up. We're building this from the ground up. And that's what I love about Stellar Design. That's what seriously, and that's what I love about Longbridge too. We're going to talk about Longbridge later on in the show, but they guide ideas from concept to production through prototyping, testing, and launch, Paulie. So for 11 years now, they are your Bay Area's go-to, Paul.
And final words, they don't just design products, Tony, they create meaningful connections between people and brands. Yeah, something's bleeding into the headphones. I don't know what that was either, but I heard that. I don't know what that was.
I don't know what that was either. That was weird.
It's okay, man. We have visitors amongst us tonight. So whether you're a startup launching a new product or a Fortune 500 company expanding your portfolio, Stellar delivers tailored solutions that enhance user experience and drive business success. Visit stellar.design and make design impact. You can always say, this is Don Peralta. This is our buddy, man. He's one of our favorite guys. You see him on the comedy. He's right there. I see him right now. He's an easy guy to talk to. Reach out to him anytime for any kind of design work that you might have or need. You can call him 650-796-3144. Text him as well. He'll take a call. He'll take a text, whatever you got. And then Dominic at stellar.design. And final word on Stellar Design. And we're just so proud and happy to have Dom on with us. Dom, we freaking love you, man. Thanks for supporting the show. We already are familiar with Dom's work. You see it at Longbridge and the merch stand. A lot of you guys are wearing it. God bless you. You wear the PMP shirts. That means a lot to me. And Dom designed them. So you know the guy does great work. He's so easy to deal with. Put him to work for you next time you have a design need. Now, Tony, I wanted to say,
stand by. Hold on. Some visual aids real quick. You talking about this design? Is that the design you're talking about?
That's the same one. Yep.
Okay, how about my future THC brand? That's Don Peralta's work. How about Paulie's Punks for inspired by the Misfits? How about Paulie's Punks inspired by Motley Crue? How about trusting our boy Carlos de la Fuente without shades or trusting him with shades?
Either way.
How about the bummer bracket sign that he made for us with Lebowski? Okay. And then we showed his Metallica poster on Monday, but how about this poster he made for the opening day party back on March 27th, 2025 at Longbridge Pizza. The guy's just a badass. And finally, I'm going to show this last one. Raymond Ritter, our favorite media relations director in all of pro sports. That he wears a vest often. And so Dom said when they retire, they're going to put a vest up there next to all the jerseys, and he made that for us as well. So Dom, that's just a taste of what Dom can do for you.
No, thank you so much, Tony. And he also did the Metallica poster, the PMP Metallica gig poster last week. And I have a request, Dom. I just want to talk to you directly for 5 seconds. Can you do me a favor, Dom? Text me that image of Raymond Ritter's vest being hung in the rafters. I've been meaning to text that to him, but I don't have a copy. So send me a copy of that, and I'll reach out, and I'll give you full credit. I'll be there. This is Don Peralta. He's our art director, and this is how he envisions your vest someday after you retire. Okay, Tony, a couple other things, and we're going to dive into the night show, the night flight tonight. And let me just check this Giant score real quick for y'all. Okay, 3-2. They're still winning.
Okay. And while you're checking the score, I see NorCal Refrigeration and HVAC on the chat right now, Paulie, and I just got to show something right away. It's a show and tell night tonight.
Yes.
Paulie, look at what I got on my right hand, buddy.
Okay, there's a show and tell night. It's funny, I got something for you too. Why don't you explain this as I say, smell the glove to Creative Tony? It looks like an NFL, I don't know, wide receiver glove. What is that, Tony? Break it down.
So, dude, NorCal Refrigeration and HVAC, a.k.a. David Shanklin, a.k.a. Shank, out of nowhere at the Metallica show, a tailgate, he says, "Hey, Tony, do you like Bar None?" And I go, "William Floyd?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I go, "Dude, of course. I loved William Floyd." Next thing you know, he goes, "Dude, I have one of his running back gloves at home. I'm going to give it to you." And I said, "What? You just dropping that you have William Floyd, William Floyd's glove?" And then I guess he and Dom Peralta connected somewhere down on the peninsula down in Santa Cruz. And the glove has been delivered. So I have Pine Needle's backdrop with the mushrooms. I've got Mike Glover's Sasquatch, Steal Your Squatch hanging. And I've got William Floyd's glove. Thank you, PMP. I love it.
Okay.
I love the glove.
Well, I would like to institute that as a brand new tradition on all night flight shows. I'm going to go ahead and ask you to wear the one glove. Only one. That's only one glove. And by the way, just a quick word on William Bar None Floyd. I don't know if you remember this, Tony, but you and me and Brian Murphy were down in Miami for the Super Bowl in 2019. So this is January. It was actually 2020, January 2020, right before the pandemic hit. And we were down there for the Super Bowl. And that was the only time I ever have come face to face with Bar None, William Floyd. And we interviewed him on the show. I don't know if you remember, he had that beach hat on. He had like one of those like bucket hats on. He looked kind of crazy. But I was like, dude, Bar None, man. I mean, because Bar None, if he didn't get hurt in, I think it was 96 when he got hurt, 95 or 96, he would have been, as a rookie, dude, he was a force of nature in 94. Him and BY won Super Bowls as rookies on that 94 team. What are you laughing at? What do you got, man?
Sorry, first of all, Pine Needle says Tony One Glove, best mob name ever. And then NorCal Vision HVAC says that this is from the playoff game against the Eagles when Young broke his ribs. That's when this glove is from. So that's a part of slice of history right there. Thank you.
I was at that game. I remember that was a wild card game. I remember that game very well, dude. Pouring rain. We were a wild card team that year because I think, was that the year the freaking Carolina Panthers? I think the Panthers won the division that year, believe it or not. They were like 12-4. Yeah, and we were a wild card.
Kerry Collins Panthers?
Correct. That's exactly correct. And they had a really good team that year. And the Philadelphia Eagles came in, and we hosted them as a wild card game. You're right. We shut them out 14-0. And when Steve Young barreled his way into the end zone, scored a touchdown, he took a hell of a shot to the ribs. And then the next week, we had to go to Green Bay, and we got annihilated. Steve Young, he got pulled after the first series. He really couldn't play. And then, you know what I never liked, by the way? Also, time for a 49er confession. And I don't think I'm alone here. Dude, Steve Young couldn't make it through that Packer game in the divisional round of the playoffs at Lambeau Field. You know who he stuck in there? Elvis Blanken Gerback. Not a fan, dude. Not a fan of Elvis Gerback. He started running his mouth like when Steve Young was hurt, being like, I should probably take over. Slow down, Holmes. Slow down. You ain't no freaking Steve Young. Anyway, I didn't like how he was like I didn't like his whole posture, how he was getting bullish about it being his team. It ain't your team, Gerback. Never was. I'm just throwing that out there.
Boy, Elvis Give Back. Remember Elvis Give Back is what they like to call.
How about this? How about Elvis Gerback, Tony, throwing a pick six against the Dallas Cowboys in 96? Dude, Willie Brown, the mayor of San Francisco, gets on the mic. I would like to say, Elvis Gerback is a disgrace to humanity. Dude, a disgrace to humanity. Do you remember that? Dude, that's in rags. You know what I'm talking about. Those Dallas, dude, early 90s, mid 90s, Cowboys, Niners was like life and death. It was like the Civil War out there. And that was the game when Young was hurt and Gerbeck threw the pick six. And then I know Willie Brown had to apologize. He had to make a public statement apologizing for calling Elvis Gerbeck a disgrace to humanity, dude. That's after you're taking your football seriously when your mayor's jumping all over your quarterback. Okay, Tony, one other thing real quick. A couple of nights ago, I was going around the dial and I was shouting out all the great chapters, all the great representation around the country and the world with people like Doug in Japan with us tonight. You know who I forgot to shout out? One of my great listeners from the Murph and Mac years, and he's still with us, is P1 Chuck Acquisto, who has moved from, he had kids at De La Salle when my kids were at De La Salle, and now he has moved down to South Carolina. So he texted me the other day and he was like, hey, dude, don't forget about the South Carolina chapter. So, Chuck, respect. The South Carolina chapter is in the house. Okay, you did your show and tell. Can I give you my show and tell or not yet? You tell me.
I have something from the PMP mailbag that I can show now or after your show and tell, and it's in response to our show yesterday. So,
okay, you go first. You go first. Yeah.
Oh, you reminded me of Raiders of the Lost Ark. He goes, snakes. You go first. But that was Sala, by the way. That was Sala. You probably don't remember, do you?
Cheers. I mean, vaguely. I don't know. You know, they're swords. Snakes, yeah.
Ollie, I present to you. Ready?
Yeah, give it to me.
Talking about money, it's boring, Tony.
Where's you going from? Boring? What's boring?
You're boring.
Oh.
Money. That's all I ever hear in this house.
Honey, look, Pelican, fly. Come on, Pelican.
Can't
Dude, I dedicate that to Los D. Los D, that is for you. Can I get a complete rewind on that? Because the beginning exchange, don't sleep on that. You're boring. Who's boring? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Dude, give me the whole thing again. I need a rewind, bro, if you don't mind. For my Wednesday night head. Give it to me, man.
There you go.
you stop talking about money? It's boring, Tony.
Where's this going from? Man?
Yeah.
Boring? What's boring?
You're boring.
Oh.
Money. That's all I ever hear in this house.
Manny, look at this pelican fly. Come on, pelican.
Dude,
Can't you stop talking?
that's going to be Kevon Looney. Come on, pelican, fly, pelican. I like in the beginning, too, where she's like, all you ever talk about is money. He's going like this, Tony. He's like, where's this coming from? Where's this coming from? Like,
hey, by the way, if you notice, Pine Needle pointed this out on email yesterday. We were going back and forth. Dom, Pine Needle, and I. They're not pelicans on the TV, by the way, Paulie. They're flamingos, dude. Which
even
is
better. No, it's even better. That makes it all. That makes the riff even stronger. Yeah.
Right. Isn't that amazing? Pine Needle pointed that out. I'm like, that just adds to the greatness. So
come on, pelican, fly, pelican. They could be running that in house at the arena down in New Orleans. I hope that they are. Come on, pelican, fly, pelican.
There you go.
Hey, man, tremendous goal. Tremendous.
Thank you, Pine Needle. And I appreciate that.
Okay, Tony, time for my show and tell. Here we go. And then we got a bunch of NBA notes I want to get into tonight as well, and some Giant stuff also, not connected to tonight's game, but just some Giant kind of stories. Okay, so something really cool happened a couple of nights ago. Tony, you and I have not talked about this, but we had a moment together a couple of nights ago, and it was like a text exchange, and I got really excited because Tony revealed something to me that I've known Tony for, I don't know, what's it been, 25 years, maybe a little more than that. And I've never talked to him about this in our entire friendship. And he busted this out of nowhere. It was like a right hook in the dark. I was like, whoa, where did this come from? But Tony admitted to me, John Joseph, hang on to your hat. I know you're on board with this, dude. I know you're on board, but there's not many. This is a real cult thing. So I'm sitting there minding my own business. My phone starts buzzing. I pick it up. There's Creative Tony. He goes, hey, Paulie, have you ever heard of a movie called Over the Edge? And I go, dude, Over the Edge? What are you talking, Matt Dillon Over the Edge? You talking Claude Zachary Over the Edge? Sergeant Doberman Over the Edge? And I go, dude, I'm an Over the Edge head. And so is my buddy Winks. He's an Over the Edge head too. So Tony, check this out. In honor of your first time, because Tony had never seen the film. And he was like, hey, have you ever seen this? I'm like, bro, I saw that in the 70s when I was a little kid. Tony, check it out. If you ever need a spare copy. Right there. Yeah. That's how serious about my edge I am, dude. I'm not playing games when it comes to Over the Edge. They got the whole gang right there, bro. The whole gang.
And Paulie, I got to give props to Mark Wiseman, aka Your Mom is Cool, on the chat. He's a teacher at Gunn High School, very good teacher, and also a damn good baseball coach. I coach with him too. And his son is the kid that hit me in the eye with the line drive, by the way, last week.
Okay.
But Mark is the one that was telling me about Over the Edge because there's a classroom scene, I guess, in that movie that he was talking about that he was talking about in his class, and he was like, dude, I said to him, I said, I bet you Paulie knows Over the Edge. And that's when I texted you.
Yeah.
When I was sitting with Mark, I was sitting with him at like a late night having a beer, and I said, I bet you, and you responded immediately, hell yes, I got it.
It's just not the kind of thing that comes up in conversation. It's a total cult movie. And by the way, Tony, if we were ever to host our own show and show cult movies, this would be like a great one for us to show. I'm just throwing that out there. Also, it looks like, Don Peralta's on board. He's seen it, and I knew it. You know what I'm talking about, Tony. That's for me and you. And also, John Joseph, I knew you were a fan, bro. I knew you're a fan, and so is Dom. So it's Matt Dillon's first movie ever. And he plays like the prototype kind of punk kid from the 70s. You know what else is great about that movie? And it's all about juvenile delinquents. It's about a town full of punk kids running amok, dude, running amok. Did you make it through the end when they locked the parents?
No.
Can I tell you what happens? Are you going to see the end? Okay. So, dude, at the end of the film, the parents and the faculty and the police of this like suburban town, I think it's set in Colorado somewhere, and they have like this like concerned parent teacher conference in the school auditorium. Dude, all the punk kids led by Matt Dillon, they lock the teachers and parents in the auditorium like with padlocks and chains, and then they just start trashing the school. They're blowing up cop cars. It's mayhem, dude. It's absolute mayhem, and you need to see the rest. And one other word, and if you guys on the text line haven't seen this, a comment line, trust me, trust a brother, get a piece of Over the Edge. Tony, the soundtrack. Did you get a piece of the soundtrack? It's incredible.
Yeah. The soundtrack's incredible. Those soundtracks, remember, like it remember Over the Top, Over the Top, like that's
about Stallone.
Stallone, dude, with the arm wrestling. Let's make a movie about arm wrestling. How about that?
It's like when he's telling his kid, he's like, you know what I like to do is I go over the top, because I got my thumb, I put my thumb in it. He's like explaining it to, and by the way, his kid's a total prick in that movie. He's like driving that truck around with his kid. He's a brat the whole time. Dad, I want chili. Dad. Anyway, he's got to go arm wrestle. Of course, I've seen Over the Top, Tony. Of course.
Paulie, I've got some updates for you, dude. Let's applaud, man. Spencer Bivens with a clean 6th inning, dude. We're going to the 7th at 3-2. If you get a clean 6th inning from Spencer Bivens, we applaud. Also, Paulie, I want to think good thoughts for the performer Red Panda. Do you know Red Panda? She's the one that stacks plates on like the unicycle.
Yeah, I saw that.
She took a fall, like a big time fall, dude, and people are like concerned because everybody's like worried about.
I wasn't expecting that. You caught me off guard. I don't mean to laugh. I hope she didn't get hurt, but I did not expect you to say she took a fall with that level of urgency.
Straight down. It's a long way down too,
Did she
man.
have plates on her hands and stuff? Was she fully loaded?
I think it was pre-plate. So she was just
on the unicycle.
Right. So
you should explain to people that don't know who we're talking about. I do. I've seen her at a million Warrior games. You got to break this down so people know who this is.
Well, Red Panda, she does like halftime entertainment where she'll do like stacking plates on a unicycle, basically.
Yeah.
And so, oh god, see, I'm trying to do a search for it, and just pictures of red pandas are coming up. But I wanted to show everybody a picture of her. Yeah, here, I'll show you a picture of her.
Okay. Red Panda, man.
Yeah. Well, dude, I mean, like, I was very like, oh my God, she went down. Like, because every time I've seen her perform, I'm like, she's amazing. She never falls.
Where did this occur? Where did this happen?
I think I saved it in bookmarks, Polly, but I'm going to show a picture. Everybody knows what Red Panda is. There she is. So she's got the plate stacked high on her dome, right? Okay. And she's got the unicycle. And I'm pretty sure when she fell last night, it was pre-plate. We're not going to show the fall because I feel like that would be glamorizing her fall. So we're not going to show it, but just think good thoughts for Red Panda. I wanted to throw that out there first and foremost today, Paulie.
There's some, and I wish her well. Red Panda for life. I'm a fan. So, Rag, people that haven't seen her before, she rides a unicycle and she throws plates and cups up in the air, and then she catches them on her head and she'll stack them up, as you can see, like 10, 20 high. And I feel bad that she fell. By the way, I just happened to glance over at the comments line. Karen Bell, didn't Red Panda get her unicycle stolen at one point? I don't know. I'm not sure. I will say this, though, Karen Bell. I will tell you this. She is a fan favorite at Warrior games. Like when she comes out at halftime, dude, the place goes nuts.
That's what I mean. Yeah, she's great. She's excellent, man. It's a really fun. It's like she's taken over for the Frisbee Dogs back in the 80s at Candlestick. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Like
Nice.
I loved the Frisbee dogs, dude. Bring back the Frisbee dogs, please. That would
I
be.
saw a lot of those in the 70s at Candlestick.
Right?
There was a lot of Frisbee dog halftime shows back then. Yeah.
And then a couple things as we rock on here tonight on a night flight. Top 7th, 1 out, 3-2 Giants, by the way.
Yep.
Nobody on base. We got Yaz up. By the way, Yaz with another leadoff home run today. That was pretty cool. Paulie.
Yes.
I listened. I was having a great session today. I got to be honest, man, and I'm going to say this loud. You know, my wife and kids drove to Tahoe this morning.
Oh, you got the whole place to yourself.
Dude, had the house to myself.
Look at the look on his face. Look at the joy. Look at the joy on my guy's face. I go, Tony, what'd you have the place to yourself? He's like almost like borderline like orgasmic. He's like, oh my God, I had the place to myself. I know what it's like, bro. You got to celebrate those times. What did you have Sabbath on like 9? I mean, like when I got the house to myself, dude, you better get some earplugs because I'm coming strong with the volume. Yeah.
Dude, so on that note, and of course I love my kids, I love my wife, but it was just nice to have one morning where nobody was home and I could just blast vinyl for hours.
Good for you, man.
And dude, I cranked Boston's first album, listened to it from start to finish for the first time in a long time. And
amazing.
Jesus that album. It's almost like it's so close to perfection, dude. Like it's just.
And you know what else, Tony? I want to say about that record is it still even though it came out in 1976. It still sounds fresh.
Yeah.
Like that album does not sound dated to me at all. Like the sounds they have, the production, the songs, like everything still sounds totally fresh to my ears. It doesn't sound dated. Like some stuff from the 70s sounds dated. The Boston record to me does not.
Dude, it sounds incredible. And dude, by the way, you're getting towards like you get the second side of the record and you get Smoking, and then all of a sudden you go Something About You, and then dude, to end the freaking album with a beautiful Let Me Take You Home Tonight is just like, this is just it's one of the greatest albums ever made in my humble opinion, man. And so I just wanted to shout that out today too, because I just had this great session with the Boston's first album. And you know, rest in peace, Brad Delp. I know that he left us way too soon.
Yeah.
I know he was battling demons, man, but like, thank you for that contribution to the arts, man.
What a singer! Brad Delp's vocals they're hard to wrap your head around. They're so damn good, and we'll get to this in a second. I needed tonight's night flight too, Tony. You were saying I needed too. I think we all need it tonight. Yeah, the Brad Delp stuff, and then Tom Schultz, dude, the mastermind behind the whole thing. Like he wrote all the songs, he recorded everything himself. He was an MIT student, so you know he's like a nerdy genius type guy. But anyway, good. What else? Boston album, and what else? We'll do Patty in a sec. Anything else?
I listened to Neil Young's The Unknown Legend. Sorry, I was trying to get something loaded up. Neil Young. I also listened to I put on Hummer again by Smashing Pumpkins, and and I listened to Geek USA on Siamese Dream. I mean, just look out. And then I put on Sabbath in preparation for tomorrow's musical assignment. I cranked well, this isn't giving anything away, but I just cranked Paranoid. I haven't listened to Paranoid from start to finish in a long time.
Oh, come on. Dude.
But my musical selection for tomorrow is from Paranoid and from my Black Sabbath collection and my Black Sabbath selection.
Okay.
It was just like, holy S, like what the fact that was like, again, analog produced, right? No digital editing, nothing. It's all reel to reel. It just
that's why it sounds so good. That's why it sounds so good. If you want warmth on your sound, you got to use tape. Digital is not warm. Digital is not fat. Digital is like thin and cold sounding, and vinyl is fat and warm, man.
Also, dude, I forget who the producer is. I apologize. I should know this, but the producer who did Paranoid and Into the Void, I'm sorry, Master Reality. The way they go back and forth, left to right on your speakers, right? Left to right. It's just masterfully done, man. Masterfully done.
Oh, I like that. That just sounds like a great morning, Tony. My hat's off to you, man. Give me the Patty from Napa. So thank you for the super donation. Excuse me, Patty. Thank you. And I'm happy to do it. That's in Tony's hands, though. He's a producer of the show. So can you deliver a biscuit lady for Rags at 3,000 miles?
I'm going to get it right now. And we're going to just enjoy it. We're just going to enjoy it all together because why not? It's a night flight. And I'm going to thank you for the super Patty. I'm going to remove your comment. Thank you. We love you.
Yeah.
And then if we could just share the screen here, P, because this is, it's just a slice of gold. It really is.
Okay.
Boom.
Taste the biscuit.
Yeah.
Taste the goodness of the biscuit.
Look at my guy on keys, by the way. Give him some love. Look at him.
Sauce. Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce.
Okay. Okay.
Get that honey sauce on me.
Ooh,
I
geez.
like the way it tastes with my chicken wings.
Damn it. Yeah. I'll tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you that I'm going to speak to you honestly and openly right now. I think I understand Rags's attraction. I do. I think I understand the fascination. She definitely has a presence, this lady. She's definitely got a presence. Now I'm starting to pick up on some of the nuances. Tony, if you can rewind this, if you can rewind this a little bit, I want you to see when she starts talking about taste the biscuit with the honey, dude, she lifts her foot up. So she's got the heel on the floor, like with the toes pointed at the ceiling. These are just some of the subtleties I've been picking up as I study her as a performer, because she definitely has a presence. Rags, I feel you. I don't know what it is, but I feel you on this. Let's do it again. What the hell?
Here we go. That's the intro. There's a whole hour-long movie about these two people that Rags sent me on email, and I forwarded it to you.
And I want you to say, and then she said something very provocative, get the honey all over me. It's like, damn, okay. But secondly, Tony, watch the left foot. When she gets committed to the vocal, dude, the toes go up. I'm just noticing things. Go ahead.
Here we go.
Taste the goodness of the biscuit.
There it goes. There it goes.
There you go.
Taste the honey sauce.
You see the toe?
Taste the goodness of the biscuit with the honey sauce.
Point that foot, baby. Point it. Yeah.
You get that honey sauce on me.
Hey.
Damn.
I don't like the way it tastes with my chicken wings.
Come on.
Hold on. I think there's
don't
a
like
jam
the way
too.
it tastes with my chicken wings. Come on.
Let's give the keyboardist some love too, though. Vincent is his name. He's the one that writes the music, actually. So
Damn right he is. That's my guy Vince. Yeah.
I think he's got a little solo here. Hang on.
Dude. Okay. Yeah, dude. Oh, this is like Jesus Christ, look at this lady. Yeah, Holmes, get in there. Get on that.
Biscuit.
Oh my God.
Taste the
Hey,
goodness of the biscuit.
Jesus Christ. Couple things here. There's a lot going on right now. By the way, we got dancers springing out. We got dancers popping up in the back. Okay. Couple things. One, my guy, the tone that he's using, dude, the tone on that key was straight out of like 1981. Boo, 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 boo. And then secondly, dude, my guy Vince fully committed to the performance. Like, doesn't care that there's a crowd, doesn't care. He's just like, I got a solo. Give me some space. I've never heard that before. That was great. I'm glad we went that deep into it tonight.
It's just the best. Thank you for the request, Patty. And Rags, thank you for sending me that hour-long movie. There's a movie about them, Paulie.
Well, there should be.
They go on tour, and they go tour like on the Southern California tour. It's pretty.
This is probably like their, I don't know. This would be like their, Sunday Bloody Sunday, or their like signature song. Like, I mean, like Taste the Biscuit to me is probably like their encore. You know what I mean? They close the show with Taste the Biscuit. And I what the other songs are like is anybody's guess, but I'm very curious. Yeah.
Our next gig, whenever you and I gig again, we are going to do a Taste the Biscuit riff. We're gonna play it for maybe 30 seconds.
Let's just learn the song. We'll just play the goddamn song. Taste the biscuit and the basket and the biscuit. I'll just start ad-libbing. Who cares? It doesn't matter. Get that honey sauce all over me. Taste the biscuit. Come on. Turn it into like a punk song, dude. Starts trashing the guitar. And by the way, Ray Goodman, speaking of gigs, I know you're out there. I saw you fly by before. Let's reach out to these guys. And let's invite him to the next gig. You know what I mean? We'll set the gear up and be like, bring Vincent to tell Vincent to bring his keys. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And you're right, dude. Vincent's got a hell of a poker face. By the way, Paulie, 3-2 Giants in the bottom of the seventh, but runner on first base, no outs. Marte is up with the 2-1 count. So,
all right, while we do that, while we keep an eye on this Giant game, Tony, let's talk about Long Bridge Pizza for a second. Our great sponsor, our first true love in the YouTube show universe. They were great. They came to us and said, guys, we like what you're doing. We'd love to sponsor the show. I was like, Neil, are you kidding me, dude? It couldn't have come at a better time. He was our first sponsor, very meaningful to Tony and myself. And that's Neil Denardi serving it up the way it needs to be served up down in the Dog Patch neighborhood, 2347 3rd Street. The laid back vibe, the serious pizza. I talk about the sourdough crust all the time, kind of being the secret weapon. It's like the secret weapon of flavor in that pizza kind of the overall like experience. It's that sourdough crust, man. I'm telling you, it's a big part of it. And then again, as I like to say, Neil, are you making progress on jarring up that tomato sauce? Because I'm waiting. I'm still waiting. You can charge, you know what I mean? $19.99.
Sorry, a little Lou Graham for you.
I've been waiting for a sauce like you to come into my life. I've been waiting for a sauce like you. That's my new tribute song to Neil Donardi's Sauce. I've been waiting for a sauce like you. Thank you, Tony. And also the specialty sandwiches. This is Chicken Parm Day. I'm just throwing it out there. If you're in the city and you're close to the Long Bridge, swing on by, dude. Watch the last 2 innings with a chicken parm on your plate, because that's what they serve up on Wednesdays. Also, private parties in the back can accommodate 20 to 25 people. And by the way, it's not just chicken parm sandwiches. They have the Vinny's Gabagool. They have the Smash Burger. They have the new Vibe and Out Burger, which is tremendous. It's kind of their answer to the In-N-Out Burger, Tony. So Longbridge Pizza, that's the place you want to be. Place your order and go pick it up if you need to, or have it delivered. Whatever you want to do, Longbridge will take care of all of your pizza needs, Tony.
Also, Paulie, Neil and Andrew, they're going to wave that flag, wave it wide and high on July 4th. They will be closed on Friday, July 4th, but they'll be open back again on Saturday. Also, the California Classic is coming to Chase Center this weekend for that Summer League NBA basketball. Heat versus Spurs at 1:30, Warriors versus Lakers at 3:30 on the 5th. On the 6th, it's the Heat versus Lakers, Warriors versus Spurs on the 6th. So if you're going to go to any of that action at Chase, go to Longbridge beforehand. Then you got the Phillies coming into town next week. That'll be really fun too. Also, Paulie, as you said, Chicken Parm Wednesdays, but also the Gabagool is also available on Wednesdays. And then on Thursdays, tomorrow, it's the Detroit style pizza that I love. Dude, I gotta be honest, Paulie. I did a Detroit style pizza that I brought one home from after when I brought my Little League team there
last week.
Yeah, I ordered one to go to bring home. I brought it home, dude. I told Neil this when I met with him on Friday. I ate it for the next like 5 days because it's big and it's a meal, dude. Right? But it stays so well in the fridge, and as long as you don't microwave it. If you microwave it,
if you microwave the listen, we don't accept that. We don't discriminate against anybody on this show. Honestly, I don't care. I'm open to everybody. I don't care what you do. I don't care how you dress. I don't care what you let. Everybody's welcome here. But I will say this: the one thing I frown upon, the one thing I'll turn my back on you, like Paulie and Goodfellas at the end when he had to turn his back on. Now I got to turn my back on you. That's if you microwave your pizza. I can't have it. I can't, and neither can you. Take the extra 2 minutes. It's so worth it. Tony, sorry to interrupt you. It's just, that's a point of passion for me. I got to defend our rights as United States citizen to reheat pizza in the oven, like gentlemen and gentlewomen.
You got to fight. So that was my beasties. But Paulie, seriously though, it lasted. And also the Gabagool will last a couple days. It might even be better the second day when all the juices like settle. And then finally, Paulie, like one of the mainstay pizzas at Longbridge Pizza is the Meat Locker. So we're going to give you some pizza porn here on Night Flight on Wednesday night.
Ooh, good.
There is the meat. There's the Meat Locker. Look at the Meat Locker. Yeah, there's the
Dude,
meat
that's
locker.
A meat festival.
Yeah, that's the Meat Locker pie. Right, and it goes with the t-shirt. There's the Meat
I like
Locker.
how he's holding it up like a sacrifice to the gods. You know what I mean? Like some kind of Greek god thing. That's tremendous. Yeah, Longbridge rules. We love Longbridge. Get on down there and find out for yourself. Look at that bad boy. God.
That look good.
America, that looks good.
All right. 2347 3rd Street, right down the street from Chase Center, and just a Lime scooter ride away from Oracle Park. So
stand by, Tony. We have hold on. Let me get the proper proper effect going here. We have a report from the principal's office. The Diamondbacks have 2 runners on, Tony.
Yeah.
2 runners on. I got Rodriguez on the hill, and the D-backs have runners on first and second, 1 out. Carry on. I just wanted to let you guys know. Don't blow, by the way, don't blow another freaking game. And that being said, Tony, I want to talk about something I think people have not been talking about, but I think they are going to soon if they haven't started already. Your guy, Birdsong.
Well, I was going to say we can get to a top 3, Paulie, because we can go to a top 3 that involves Hayden Birdsong. And we have to do the top 3, right? I feel like tonight's a good night for a top 3, but let me set the thing. Let me set everything back.
Get your hands ready with the top 3 thing. I still don't know how to do it, but get your stuff ready. We're going to do the top 3. Yeah. Yeah.
Hang on one sec. Let me get this going, and then we can get the media assets going right here, Paulie, because I want to
shout out to Don Peralta's logo. That's a good. It's just an example of his work. I'm sure that logo was created at the hands of Dommy Peralta, and that's a really cool looking thing. I like the green circle with the shadow. That's nice.
Here we go.
Tony's top 3. Tony's top 3. Yeah, man.
And Paulie, we'll do it one more time.
Tony's top 3. Oh, the ducks. We haven't fed the ducks in so long, man. We haven't fed the ducks. Oh, by the way, shout out to some ducks. I got some duck news for you. I have news I have news from the duck community. I want to share it with everybody. So,
Paulie, hold on. Sorry about your ducks. Dude, double play. End of the inning. Out of the inning. Dude, Randy of the Redwoods.
You know what, dude? We deserve this. We deserve a win. For the love of Christ, we've gone through enough.
Knock on wood, Paulie. Knock on wood. I'm knocking on wood. Don't think this.
So I got to tell you this. This is the some news from the duck community in up here in San Rafael, California. So Tony, do you know when you're driving on 101 North and you're coming up to my house and you're getting close to San Rafael, and on your right, over there by like Francisco Boulevard stuff, there's a big Target. You know the Target? It's like right on the water, kind of near the Richmond Bridge. Okay, it's in the shadow of the Richmond Bridge. If you go to that Target, you park your car. There are actually some really cool hiking trails all around the bay down there. So I go over there and I go for walks. I go for hikes just to get my exercise in, get my steps in. And dude, I was out there over the weekend and I was going on one of my, because it's really cool and it's always a lot cooler temperature wise. Just a little tip for anybody who's up here in the North Bay. Hike that area behind Target in San Rafael because there's always a great bay breeze coming and it always is much cooler over there. So I'm walking. And this is just this past weekend, and I see this big structure, like a big box structure with rocks and paintings and all this. And I walk up to it. I'm like, what is this thing? Somebody put up like a little bath they made like a little bathhouse for the ducks. Nice. And they like labeled it, and it says Marin County Duck Bathhouse or something on there. And like some artist did it, and there's all these rocks and streamers. Like it's like, I think, damn, I want to jump in that thing and splash around. Anyway, that's my news from the Marin County duck community, Tony. Just wanted to update you and everybody else. If you're a duck enthusiast, get over there by Target and enjoy the Marin County duck bird bath thing. It's set up for you. Yeah.
This is a very stony thought, but I've always been I've been fascinated by the body of a duck and how it's just like a boat. Like it's like a little boat. Like the body is like a little boat with their little legs in the water that go like this. And then if they want to fly, they can fly. I
believe they're called, what are those, flippers? What do you call those things? The feet, the web feet? We're calling them flippers?
Yeah, I think they're just webbed feet. But like, but their body, literally, like their stomach and their body is like a boat. It's so wild. I remember one day sitting at Stowe Lake in Golden Gate Park, and I might have had something in my hand.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Tony.
And I'm watching them like, look at these little things. They're just little human boats. Or not human, animal boats, And it's like, and then the thing can just fly away when it wants to as well. I think ducks are fascinating.
Pelicans. Come on, pelicans. Fly, pelicans. Where is this coming from, man? Where is this coming from? By the way, I got another duck story. I did not anticipate this tonight, but you want to talk ducks? We're going to talk ducks. Rags, this is for you. Do you remember, because nobody else is going to know this, but there's a true story. Tony, check it out. When I was in high school, my dad had a phone, like a landline phone, because that's all they had back then. And it was a giant duck. Nice. And when the phone rang, it would go like, wah, 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 and you had to like pick the head of the duck up to talk on the phone. Rex, do you remember that thing? It was in the big room in the, like right when you were walking the front door where the stereo was. You remember that? The duck phone. Yes, he does. Holy yes, he just said. My dad with the duck phone. Rah, 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 and you pick it up, hello, and you'd be sitting there talking, holding a duck up to your head. That was my dad. He had a great sense of humor. Anyway, more duck. If you got duck stories, go ahead and share them.
By the way, Doug in Japan, Paulie, Doug in Japan with a great line. Where to go? Shoot. What? He says, oh, shoot. What did he say? Shoot. Darn it. I can't find it. Gosh darn it. Oh, well. It was a great line he said about ducks, and I can't find it now.
I like ducks. I'm a duck enthusiast. I'll defend the duck community. And by the way, Noemi, I meant to respond to you a few minutes ago. Thank you for the hot sauce. I saw you say you got some for me, and thank you. I love that label. It's awesome. All right, Tony, enough of the jibber jabber. Let us get to your. I found it. What do you got?
Doug in Japan says ducks cool on top, frenzy underwater. Dude,
no.
That just made me laugh.
No, he's 100% right. That's
Totally.
the thing. They look so placid. They're so serene and stuff. And then you see like the underwater cam. Tony, their feet are like, their feet are going ape shit under there. Like they're going a million miles an hour. Yeah.
Very cool. I love ducks. I've always liked ducks. Really, I've always liked ducks. But Paulie,
wait, dude, here we go. Sorry, Tony. I got to stop you again. Here comes John Joseph with a mysterious statement. Tony, I got a ton of ducks. That's what he said. Like actual ducks. I got a ton. John Joseph, listen, could you send some photographic documentation into the show? We'll show it tomorrow on the air. I would love to see the John Joseph duck collection. And tell us how Barberville was. I was talking about you up there with the Wookiees all weekend long. I know you were camping up there. And very wise people have told me never light a cigarette or a J near the Wookiees. They'll all come over like mosquitoes to a flame. All right, anyway, Tony, I want to see those ducks, John. Go ahead, Tony. Go ahead.
Another update. Jung Hoo Lee, safe aboard first base on an error by the first baseman. I didn't see, but it was one of those lazy. I'm going to just kind of try and go to, let it go to the side and off his gloves. So Jung Hoo Lee on first base with one out in the, what are we, top of the eighth, it looks like? Yeah, top of the eighth. And Matos is up right now, 0 for 3 so far on the night. Matos.
Okay,
okay, Paulie.
Yes.
So if anybody saw the graphic today for today's show, or sorry, the thumbnail. If anybody saw the thumbnail, sorry, I'm trying to get the jargon.
Yeah, you got to have your millennium vocabulary up to date, Tony. It's always changing. Whether we're pivoting, we're being transparent, whatever. They're all offensive on one level or another. And I've become not a fan of this whole thing. Oh, just drop a pin in it. I'm just going to drop a pin. How about I just drop a pin in your, it's
in you.
Else. Yeah, I didn't want to say it, but yeah, I don't want to encourage violence. How about I just drop a pin right in your butt cheek? Bam. That'll give you the message. Yeah.
A pin's not very violent. It's a little poke. You're fine. Well, Paulie, but I also
Tony, stop. Time out. Sorry, here I come again. Maybe it's the wine that's got me all lubed up tonight.
Definitely is the wine, because I'm trying to keep the top three on track.
I'm jumping all over you tonight. And since you said just a little prick from a pin, shout out Roger Waters. Just a little pin prick.
Oh,
yeah.
There'll be no more.
Yeah.
But you may feel a little sick.
Think about that as the lyric is being written in the studio. All right, guys, here's the lyric. Just a little pinprick. There'll be no more. Just a scream. That's all. Yeah.
Can you stand up? Stand up. I do believe it's working.
Good. Yeah, totally.
That'll keep you going for the show.
Come on, it's time to go. Yeah. That might catapult me into a Floyd thing. It's been a while since I listened to Floyd. I'm due.
I'm driving to Tahoe tonight after the show, and I'm definitely diving into some Pink Floyd because I love driving and listening to Pink Floyd.
Can you get some Wish You Were Here going? Maybe some Shine On You Crazy Diamond? I don't know.
Yes, absolutely. I was going to say also, Paul, you were talking about the drop a pin, and I'm watching the new show on Apple TV called Stick, which I highly recommend. It's really good. Owen Wilson is in it. Mark Maron's in it. But it's about a kid golfer, and Owen Wilson is a washed up retired pro, and he's taking on this kid as a coach. And this kid meets this girl while they're training for the circuit, and this girl is all about the new vernacular, and it pisses Mark Maron's character off, and it's great. It's seriously. Go check out Stick. I'm on episode 6 right now. Go check out Stick. It's a really good show. Highly recommend.
Okay. Hey, one other thing. One last shout out. I promise, Tony. No more hijinks. I'm going to let you take your top 3. But I do want to shout out. I see that the Hum Daddies are on board tonight. Those guys are really cool. I did their show last week.
Nice.
Yeah. Check out the Hum Daddies. They're doing a lot of cool stuff on their show. And I just saw them go scrolling by. So welcome aboard, Hum Daddies. Had a good time hanging with you guys last week. Creative Tony, go.
Also, I'm just taking a dance over to Instagram Live, IG Live, and we've got Corinne's over there checking us out. Hum Daddies are on IG Live is there as well. We've got one of our all-time favorites, Danny Ogden, is checking in from Instagram Live. We've got Daniel Long 82. We got Bro B Crosat, and we Seaside Driver. So what's up, everybody on IG Live? Thanks for checking it out. Also, Paulie, just wanted the Stone Foxes have a gig on July 19th. I wanted to promote as well.
Where?
I forget. It's somewhere in the city. It's somewhere in San Francisco. Oh, no, it's in Berkeley. It's at the Cornerstone in Berkeley. Cornerstone in Berkeley.
I played with the Peaches in there once. That's a good room. It's a good place. Yeah.
Very cool room. I think Rising Wolf saw freaking Daniel Donato at the Cornerstone in Berkeley, who is like ascending at a very fast pace. Daniel Donato and Cosmic Country. I think I see Rising Wolf on the chat. Confirm that, Rising Wolf. Anyway, good room. Stone Foxes, July 19th at the Cornerstone in Berkeley. If you can make it over there.
Shout out. Thank you, Tony. I will. Shout out Cosmic Country. Also, shout out Cosmic Charlie. How do you do? Anyway, Tony, go ahead. Go ahead with your top three. I'm still waiting for the first one. I know.
Rags just said the same thing, Cosmic Charlie.
Yeah, Rags, you know what's up. Yeah, strutting in style down the avenue. Tony, go ahead.
Dude, check out Daniel Donato and Cosmic Country. Seriously, he has 2 albums out. This young kid from Tennessee, man, and just a freaking phenom, man. And he's got well, I don't want to go into his catalog, but it's really good. Really good.
Okay.
Dom Peralta confirming 719 at the Cornerstone for the Stone Foxes. Beautiful. And we've got Robot Centaur saying Bailey just needs to put the ball in play. Yes, we got runners on first and second, 1 out. Patrick Bailey up, just so you know. Top of the 8th, first and second, 1 out, 1-2 count. And here comes the pitch and Bailey foul ball. Okay. So number 1, Paulie, we talked about slump busting. We talked about like players do all kinds of different crazy wacky ass stuff to slump bust, right?
Yeah.
We talked about the movie Major League, and we talked about Serrano and Jobu, and he has to take the curse off the bats, right? So I wanted to know for you, like, do you have we all go through slumps, not just it's not an athletic slump, but we go through a slump in life, whether it's your certain relationships or work or just.
How about this, Tony? How about when you miss workouts for like a week, you start eating more? How about when you go through a body slump? You know what I mean? You just put on like the holidays come, you throw on 10 pounds. All of a sudden it's like January of the new year and you're looking in the mirror like, God damn, how did I do this to myself? Anyway, I want to talk body slumps as well. They're out there.
Oh yeah, we're talking. I just want to bring Jobu to the forefront here because that's the taking the curse off the bats. Oh, we got some action. We got a run scoring for the Giants.
4-2. There we go.
Just looked over and Bailey came through. Bailey had a single, came through. Man, did he need that? Great job. You're right, Paulie. He is swinging a little bit better of a bat. So.
He's been hitting a little better recently. It's good to see because I love that kid. I really do. I like Bailey a lot. I'm a fan of him.
Nice piece of hitting, dude. Right back up the middle. That is my favorite thing in baseball, man. Right back up the middle, letting the ball travel. God bless America. That's a beautiful swing.
We're gonna have to get to this top 3. I mean, at some point. At some
point.
point.
Well, hey, we're trying to keep people abreast of the situation in Arizona. I was talking to you about, like, do you have like a song that will get you out of your funk, will bust your slump? Do you have a song?
Well, you know,
out of your slump.
Okay, kind of. And I will say this, I don't like have a go-to thing where I'm like, hey, I'm in a slump, I'm going to listen to this. But I will tell you this, the past week or so, ever since we saw the Metallica gigs, you know what I've been listening to in the morning? Because like in the morning, a lot of times when I'm getting ready, I take a shower, I have music. I got music on all the time, and I got music on in the freaking bathroom. That's how serious I am about it. And you know what I've been listening to, like when I'm shaving and getting ready to go in the shower, is It's a Long Way to the Top, If You Want to Rock and Roll.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
Because, and again, we'll just review this real quick. So Metallica uses that song from AC/DC as kind of like their stage entrance song, like they're approaching the stage when that song is playing, and it's just so effective, and like they played it so loud, like you can't help but start rocking out to that. So I've been listening to that a lot in the morning, not really for a slump, Tony, but just to kind of wake me up. And the riff and the message and Bon Scott. So anyway, for me, it's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. Yeah. How about you?
There's Dom's poster. I just wanted to give that some love too, from Stellar Design company right there. That is the fine work of Dom Peralta. Paulie, I remember saying to you on Sunday night, because the vibe was so thick on Sunday night's show. It was Friday night was good. Sunday night was better, and the vibe was thicker on Sunday night. And I remember saying to you, this is such a great entrance, a great way to start the show. It gets everybody amped up, man. It's just badass.
Driving on the highway, but going to a show. Stopping on the byway. No, it's freaking great, man. It's great.
And then that's a bagpipe jam, right?
Dude, that's Bon Scott playing the effing bagpipes. How about that? Bon Scott's playing the bagpipes. Yeah.
That's all you need to say, dude. But Paulie, there's a song by the band String Cheese Incident that I love, that I go to a lot. Just if I need a little pick me up, and it's called "Good Times Around the Bend." It's on their first album. It's more of a bluegrass ditty. And then they have another song called Up the Canyon, which is on their second album. 2 great little bluegrass ditties. They're about 3 minutes long, but they're all about positive vibes. And then I'm going to go three pack from String Cheese Incident, the song Joyful Sound. Because when I was in a band, I didn't sing lead often or ever, but that was one of the few songs that I sang lead on, and it's called Joyful Sound. And if you listen to the lyrics, read along to the lyrics of the song Joyful Sound, and it is just a wonderful, wonderful tune. So check out String Cheese. Yeah, so that's my Slumpbusting music. Number 2, Paulie. Number 2 for Tony's top 2 or Tony's top 3. Excuse me.
Tony's top 2. Hey, we'll slim it down to 2 if that suits you tonight. Whatever you want to do.
You started talking about Birdsong, right? And Birdsong is struggling. So, dude, I'm just gonna tell you, in his last 5 outings, he's gone Friday on June 6th, 4 1/3. Thursday, June 12th, 6 innings. Friday, June 20th, 4 1/3. Thursday, June 26th, 4 innings. Tuesday, July 1st, 4 innings. And he's given up a total of 11, 16, 19, 21 runs in those 5 outings. So, okay. So but here's the thing too, Paul. He had 4 walks in 4 innings last night. He had 4 walks in 4 innings on Thursday, the 26th. And he had 5 walks on Friday, June 6th. So the question I asked you about, Paulie, is like he had that tough stretch where he had back-to-back walks in the what is it, the 4th inning last night. With Harrison being traded to the Red Sox.
Yeah.
And obviously hindsight being 2020. But do you feel like that was the best? Like, did they trade the wrong guy?
That's a good question. That's a good question, man. That thought went through my head last night watching Birdsong get lit up, man, and walking dudes. Like, it was messy. And I feel bad. I like Birdsong. I like the kid. I really do. I think he's got something. I think he'll be a good pro. But I also feel that way about Harrison. I really do. I think the Giants, I'm not sure they gave him a long enough look. To be honest, like his whole spring training was turned upside down because he got sick and he lost a lot of weight. And then he was trying to get his weight back and get his whole rhythm back. And he was like behind the 8 ball before the season even started with his health problems. So he's so young and he's got such great stuff. And I like the body type of Harrison. Like like I said, he reminds me kind of like Matt Cain, that Tom Seaver body, just thick, kind of lower, big legs, strong legs, stuff like that. So I think he's going to be around. He's built to last, Harrison. And that thought did go through my head. I was like, man, I wouldn't mind seeing Harrison get a start right now, the way Birdsong is looking. But like you said, it's hindsight's 2020. There's nothing we can do about it.
Right.
But what are your thoughts? I mean, you're the pitcher. You tell me. What do you see, man?
So no shame in me saying, oh, line drive by Wisely, base hit. Let's go. All right, let's wave him. Let's go. There we go. Mato scores 5-2.
Matt Williams is going to be too uptight to wave anybody home now after all the mishaps lately. Like, guys are going to have like plenty of room to be like, no, stop. I'm just kidding. Go ahead, T.
That was great by Wisely. They needed that 3rd or that 5th run, go up by 3. That's great. Great stuff. 2 outs, runners 1st and 3rd. That's great. Good piece of hitting by Wisely.
I like Wisely. I think we all like Wisely. Easy guy to root for.
Yeah, totally. They have a lot of guys that are easy to root for, Paulie.
Yeah.
Birdsong, I like Birdsong. Like you're saying, I liked him. I was really high on him at the beginning of the season. I saw Nutter say this, and I think that I really am wondering if this is correct, that maybe he's best suited for like middle relief, long relief. That might be his best spot on the Giants staff. Yep. And then I also got to give, because I wanted to bring this up, I actually wrote it down in my notes, and I saw Robot Centaur mention it, that this is why I love Buster Posey at the helm. Buster Posey basically, and Robot Centaur says, Posey put the Giants' current slump all on him. He said, don't blame the coaches, don't blame the players. Like, I'm the one that put this roster together, blame me. And that's the kind of accountability that everybody wants from the man in charge. You know what I'm saying? The person in charge.
Shout out. Sorry, Tony, got to interrupt with my musical musings of everything you say. Shout out Kurt Cobain in All Apologies. I'll take all the blame. And then what a trippy line after that. He goes, I'll take all the blame. Aqua, Seafoam, shame. You figure that one out. You go figure that one out. I'll take all the blame. Aqua, Seafoam, shame. Anyway, Tony, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Or you can blame it on the rain, like Milli Vanilli did, and
whatever it takes. You blame it on the seafoam. You blame it on the rain. You can blame it on John Joseph's ducks if that's how you want to roll tonight. That's fine with me. I'm just kidding. I can't wait to see your ducks, though. I'm very curious. The mystique of John Joseph grows, dude. It grows on a regular basis. He's camping with the Wookiees. He's raising ducks. You know what I mean? He's going to Metallica shows. I'm fascinated. Tony,
but you know what's crazy? Everybody lip syncs now, and Milli Vanilli got roasted. Their career ended.
Oh,
because
well,
of like the lip syncing catastrophe, like the controversy, you know.
well, that's because I mean I hate to be like this guy being like, you know, these damn kids today, but I think most young people today don't really care if it's a live performance or not. They don't care. It's like you're rolling a tape and you're dancing, that's fine. But back when we grew up, dude, you couldn't get away with that shit. You couldn't play a tape and then walk on stage. We'd be throwing folding chairs at you, man. The audiences were a lot rougher back then. And what I just said is not an exaggeration. I've been to punk shows where chairs and bottles are flying through the air. And it was very unforgiving back then. You better come out with your A game or we're going to clobber you. But now it's most big acts do mostly lip syncing on stage. It offends me. It really does. So why bother going? Why pay it all to see that?
I hope that you're being honest here today, Paulie, that like who didn't boogie to yeah, dude, exactly. NorCal Refrigeration and HVAC. Girl, you know it's true, dude. Come on. Everybody got up and danced to Girl, you know it's true. Good girl, right? So I'm just gonna say I got caught up in the Milli Vanilli madness. So what do you
and I got to retort with my own response again, my own girl response. You're not ready for this, what I'm coming with, but here it comes, dude. Shout out to Live Crew. Get it, girl. Get it, girl. You know what I'm talking about. 2 Live Crews in the house. Shout out Luther Campbell. Rest in peace, dude. Rest in peace. Get it, girl. Tony, I saw we got a super that went flying by. Let's get him up there. Give him some love. I didn't see who it was. Yeah.
Oh, DC. What's up, DC? Yes, man. Yes. We're doing a show tomorrow from 11 a.m. But yes, for those of you starting your holiday weekend tonight or whatever, because gosh, my daughter went up to Tahoe on Monday. My wife and son went up this morning. So I'm going up tonight. So yeah, for everybody that's taking the rest of the week off or taking Thursday and Friday or whatever you're doing, have a great 4th of July.
Whatever you do, whatever you're involved with. Now, for real, I feel the same way. Have a great weekend. Tony, I do want to get you on the road. So wrap this up, man.
Yes, on the road. So, Holly, this is number 3 on the top 3, and remember, number 3 is a wild card. It's not doesn't have to be sports related. And
that's the beauty of this show. It can go any number of directions. So take it wherever you want to take it, man.
I do this once a year. Well, no. I take it back. I do it twice a year. But I always do it in like this time of year when I'm about to go up to Tahoe a bunch in the summer or go on vacations where I'm going to be, you know, out on beaches a lot and with my new beach robe, by the way. But I manscaped today. And I thought this would be a good top 3, number 3, because I thought Paul and I have never really talked about manscaping.
No.
I manscaped today, and I got this great new electric razor from the wife and kids for Father's Day.
Let me get this straight, Tony. Let me just review the information that we have in front of us so far. Today, your family leaves the house for 5 minutes. You got Black Sabbath on as loud as it can go. You're shaving yourself down. Dude, it must have been like the scene over at Tony's house the second his family leaves, dude. Sabbath is on the turntable. Yeah. He's shaving himself down. Now, dare I ask, where on your person did you skate?
Everywhere. Arms, chest. My daughter will do my
arms. What are you talking about? What do you mean arms?
Dude, I got fur, dude. I got fur, man. I got to keep this stuff like trimmed, man.
So don't chill. Okay, all right. I mean, we all got a little something.
If I didn't do this, remember Carla? Remember Nick Tortelli in Cheers?
Yeah.
With he had like an inch high fur on his forearms. I would probably have that if I didn't manscape a couple times a year.
Listen, so the greatest manscaping misadventure of all time. Of all time. It's been documented on film. You grew up with it, and so did I. Let's address it one final time. Is The Breakfast Club. When they're finally sitting around at the end and they're like, what did you do to get in here? Why do you have detention? And here comes Emilio Estevez. And he's like, well, you know, we're in the locker room. And he goes, you know, this guy Larry or whatever. And he's talking to all these guys. The girls are in there, Molly Ringwald. And he goes, yeah, I know who that is. And he goes, oh, well, then you know how hairy he is. He actually says that. Oh, you know how hairy he is. And it turns out it's Anthony Michael Hall's friend. Now we got tension. He's like, yeah, I know him. That's my friend. And he goes, well, you know, we taped this, bro. Tony, we taped his buns together, okay? His buns. When we ripped the tape off, he goes, you know, a lot of hair came off, and he goes, and some skin, too.
Ooh. Yes, he did
and
that.
Some skin. Ooh. So anyway, shout out to the worst mishap, manscaped mishap of all time. Although duct tape is not quite manscaping, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah.
Totally. Remember in 40-Year-Old Virgin when, Kelly Clarkson, right? When Steve Carell gets he's getting got whacked.
And do you know that was real? That was they were really whacking them. That was not fake. That was not CGI. That was a real thing. Yeah.
Go back and watch that scene, dude. It's hysterical. But Paulie, so Arizona's getting back on the board now.
Here we go.
5-3. 5-3.
Don't do it. Don't do it, Giants. Don't freaking do it. Not
All
tonight.
right.
Not
All
tonight.
right. We got one out, runner on first base, and we got
Yeah.
Tyler Rogers. People have been they've been barreling him up lately. I feel like they're watching a lot of film on him and see maybe some patterns on him because he's getting barreled. And that was a nice piece hitting right there too, back up the middle. God, was that McCarthy? Man, God, he's good. Okay, sorry, Paulie. So I manscaped and I covered a lot of territory, and I've never asked you in our almost 30 years of friendship, have you ever manscaped, or are you a regular manscaper?
Here we go. Oh, I didn't know we were going to go down this road tonight, but dude, what would you say, Tony, if I told you, and I swear to God, I swear to God, I swear to Allah, I swear to the God of your choice, I swear on my kids.
Oh boy.
I was scaping today.
What?
I swear to God, I did some scaping today. I come maybe like the same as you. It's like that time of the year. It's a big outdoorsy beach weekend. You know what I mean? Got to clean up a little bit.
What do we got? Come on, I got to clap. I
forgot about the glove. Good. I'm glad you showed off the glove. Great to see the glove. I swear to God. And I got one of these kind of either like it's like a buzzer, you got that thing. You can use it for your beard.
Yes.
But you can scape anything you want with that bad boy. So I got loose. I got a little loose today. I didn't do my arms. My arms are like, there's no hair on my arms, really. So there's nothing to shape. You're a very hairy guy. Now, that's the truth. You got a lot of hair like on your shoulders and stuff.
Yes.
I think, you know what, though? James Caan as Sonny in The Godfather, dude, he's wearing that tank top the whole time. Dude, his hair, shoulder hair, flying.
Yes,
flying like a coat of fur. So I'm kind of envious. I wish I had shoulder hair. I got to be totally honest with you. Yeah.
No, you don't want shoulder hair, dude, because you should have seen the sink when I was done getting my manscape, or in the shower. You should have seen it. There's not a pretty sight, dude. So that's freaking wild, Paulie. And for the PMP Army, like, dude, Paulie, I purposely don't tell Paulie certain things because that
was not rigged at all. That's the honest to God truth. I really, the fact that we both manscaped today is unbelievable.
That is unbelievable, dude. That's crazy stuff, man. Well, don't you feel great though? On the flip side, don't you feel? Like,
I feel much cleaner.
Yeah,
I feel much cleaner.
Really good.
Look at you getting this going.
I feel slick. I feel all slick. You know?
Well, you are slick, dude. You're looking good. And I got to tell you the truth. You always feel like you just won a game or something after that. You're like, all right, oof. You know what I mean? Like it's a whole new me. I saw Patty say, Mikey just blew his. Mikey can't believe that I took a razor to myself today, but I really did. Rags, you scaping at all? I haven't talked about that with Rags either. It's a conversation. Men don't really talk about this shit, but I did. I had the buzzer out today. I got loose with the buzzer. Rags, do you buzz at all too? I'm just asking. I don't know.
Dude, Dub City saying I missed his super. And Dub City, man, I wholeheartedly apologize, dude. I'm looking for it right now because I want to give you the propers for an earlier super, dude. I apologize because he supered up again. And Dub City, you're the man. He sent us the Fly Pelicans Fly bit as well. Oh, there it is right here. Here, let's throw this over here. He says, okay, go ahead, take this, Paulie. Take this.
This is all true. Dub City, you're all over it, brother. You're all over it. I've heard that Kurt Cobain was obsessed with Over the Edge. That made him a big Cheap Trick fan. Dude, Dub City, that's my favorite comment of the night. Kurt Cobain, he made no secret of this. He was a big Cheap Trick fan. Yeah. And you can hear that in the Nirvana music because there's like some pop. The melodies are very poppy, but the guitars are super heavy. And the thing about Cheap Trick is people don't really know that Cheap Trick has like an alternate side that's almost like a punk rock side. They have some very intense music, not just the Flame and pop love songs. They have some very heavy stuff. And I always feel like Kurt Cobain almost looked like Robin Zander's son a little bit, the same kind of straight blonde hair and the same kind of music. So, dude, Dub City, phenomenal. And yes, you're correct on both fronts. That is definitely true. Dub City, sorry about that, brother. We're usually pretty good, but they go flying by, dude. And if you miss them, it's tough to retrieve them.
Dude, and also I saw the Pine Needle says we missed some supers, and dude, apologies, Pine. Yes, you're right, dude. They do fly by, so apologies to anybody if we missed a super. It's sincere apologies, and we always appreciate the contributions, and obviously this show does not work without the content from the chat. So
no, we freaking love you guys, and that's why this is what they call a talk show. And
Yes.
a talk show involves more than just Tony and myself. I'd be bored with that, dude. I want more voices. So, and believe me, if we had a way to put you guys on the air, like take phone calls, I would do that in a second. We just don't have the ability to do that. So we read the comments instead. That's why we do that. Tony, let us, I think we should probably wrap. Let's wrap.
Yeah,
So
we're going to wrap here. We're going to wrap here because it's the 9th inning coming up for the Giants. Everybody go watch the Giants. Hopefully it's 5-3, end of the 8th. We're going to the top of the 9th. But, dudes, I'm just going to say that I want to read a couple of the comments here. Right here. Let's see. John Joseph said the last time he manscaped, his wife nearly cut his junk off.
Oh.
Yeah, and then
You got to be careful now. There's no joke. You got to proceed with extreme caution. Yes.
Dude, and then, 49ers red zone. I manscaped before this show tonight. So there you go. It was in the air. It must have been in the air. Something's in the air.
Who?
49ers red zone.
Yeah, man. Right before the show. Hold on, PMP starting. Let me shave myself down. I love that. By the way, it's been a very kind of risque show tonight. We're talking about manscaping, a lot of nudity talk. And I think it was Noemi at the beginning of the show made some kind of comment like, when Tony's family left the house, did he peel off the poncho and just prance around naked? Good question. Good question, Noemi. Did you? It sounds like you did. Kind of sounds like you did.
No, I did not.
Hey, T, what were you listening to when you manscaped? You were saying you got a Slumpbuster song. Do you have a Manscaped song?
You know what? Actually, I put this in honor of.
Is it Cuts Like a Knife by Bryan Adams? Tell me the truth.
No, I actually the person who we had a memorial for today. Ooh, Safe. By the way, Safe. That was Willie Adamas hustling down the line. He's safe at first.
Ooh, Safe. Thank you. Okay. Ooh, Safe. Go ahead.
To lead off the top of the 9th. But I listened to 311. I was listening to 311 in honor of my dear friend Brad who passed, and we memorialized today. It's my sister's ex, but they remained friends, and they had a beautiful daughter who's my goddaughter Sophia, and she held a memorial today for Brad.
This is Brad from Minnesota?
Yeah, Brad from Minnesota.
Dude, I'm sorry, man. I know the guy too. I'm sorry. Sorry,
man. He passed way too early, but just a great dude, and he did a great job raising my goddaughter. And so, anyways, but he loved 311, so I was jamming some 311 while I was manscaping. So there you go. Oh God, man, what a show! Holy moly!
I know.
And so, Robot Centaur, I have to unjinx your jinx, or I'm going to jinx your jinx, because he said the last time we did this, we ended before the game ended. The Giants lost.
Right.
So okay, so why don't we get through at least Devers at bat, Paulie, as we say, give some love to Stellar Design and Longbridge Pizza. How about that?
Well, that's fine. And we're breaking all the rules we promised each other we would put in place tonight. I'm just talking to Tony right now. We're doing it again. We're not adhering to our own rules. It's like, and you guys are going to know soon. We don't like to keep secrets from you guys, but let me just tell you, Tony and I are in the process. I'll just give you a little teaser. I think by the end of this month, we should have some pretty interesting news to share with everybody. And part of the news, and it'll all make sense when we tell you, but we can't yet. We just can't because it's not ready. But Tony and I have made a commitment to do certain things with this show, and there are reasons for that again, but we can't go there yet, but when we can, it's going to make sense. And we've already blown that out of the water, dude. We pay no attention to the rules we're trying to put in place, but we have to. Dude, we got to get better. We got to get better. You know it. Okay. On the way out, Longbridge Pizza. Listen, our first love, we talked about it. I looked into Neil Denardi's eyes. It was love at first sight. Neil Denardi is the head honcho down at Longbridge Pizza, but it's a total family affair. It's a family affair. And they have the great pizza with the sourdough crust. Try the Polly Mac pizza out, if I may be so bold as to recommend that one. It's really good. It's a good pizza. Also, the Nico pizza, Neil named that after his son, Nico, 2347 3rd Street in the Dog Patch area. Tony mentioned all the stuff going on this weekend, the Summer Classic at Chase Center. So grab a pizza, walk on down the street, and walk on down the hall. Totally. He walked on down the hall. All right, and walk on down the hall with a Longbridge box in your hand, and maybe that would be instead, Dad, I want to eat pizza with you. Mom, I want to have a Pliny with you. Yeah,
that would make more sense than what Morrison's actually saying in the song.
Well, what he's saying in the song is so taboo, I dare not say it right now.
Exactly.
I don't want to go to hell. And it's so like, Mom, I want to blank you. That's where I got to draw the line. I got to draw the line. Yeah.
That's why I didn't say it. And you went pretty close to saying it. So
yeah.
Real quick, on the way out of Longbridge, we're going to share the Meat Locker one more time, Paulie, because it's their signature pie it's one of the pies they got, when they started, and it's got the Meat Locker. It's covered in meat. It's just, if you're a meat lover pizza fan, this is your jam. And they have a great t-shirt. Watch, they're going to push it right up to the t-shirt. Get the t-shirt, get the pie, and also sip on some great local beer that they have on tap as well. Don't sleep on the beer selection at Longbridge Pizza as well, Paulie.
Hey, I want to make sure that all our friends in the comments line know that I am here to honor your requests if possible. And this one goes to the queen of the scene, Patty from Napa. She asked specifically for this, so I'm going to give it to you. She wanted to know if I could do Morrison in the Satan voice, and I will. I will give that to you. And then we're going to do Dominic in Stellar Design.
Oh, Jesus, dude. Oh, Jesus.
I can't even get it out. Mom, I want to blank you. Father, yes, son, I want to kill you.
There you go, Patty. That was for you. That's good words. I didn't write that shit. I'm just telling you what he said. Dad, Father, I want to kill you. He goes, Dad, yes, son, I want to kill you. Mom, I want to blank. Okay. Dominic from Stellar Design. He is Dominic Peralta. I know we had a good time tonight, man. It was good to get some laughs happening. Paulie sounds drunk when he laughs in the Satan voice. I can't help myself. Thank you, Robot Centaur. Great to see you at Metallica, by the way. I enjoyed meeting you, man. Fareed's in the house. Yes.
I'm going to take this because Stellar Design is the San Francisco Bay Area-based industrial design studio shaping the future of product innovation, and it is sponsoring tonight's night flight along with Longbridge Pizza, Paulie. And also, industrial design is the professional practice of developing products and systems that optimize function, value, and appearance for users while weaving. Don't forget weaving. And shout out, when I say the word weave, I think about the 3-man weave that we used to do in grammar school hoops, and while weaving in engineering for manufacturers, Paulie.
When you say weaving, I think about Keith Richards and Ronnie Wood, because that's how they call their guitar playing style, is that they weave in and out of each other. I like that. Keith Richards calls it the art of weaving, and that's like the art of weaving.
Paulie, the band Fish had a practice called, they still do it, called Including Your Own Hey, which Hey. Like, somebody will start a lick, and then from that lick, they'll expect the next person, they'll stop that lick, and the next person will start their own lick, and then it'll go around in a circle until they have a jam. And they call it Including Your Own Hey.
When we include our own hey together, when we start our own jam session, we're going to go around the horn. Tony's going to drop a riff. Dom Peralta's going to drop a riff. Ray Goodman's going to drop a riff. Then when it gets to Paulie Mack, I'm going to go, and he walked on down the hall. I'm kidding, of course. All right. Also, reach out to Dom anytime. That's Dom Peralta. We love this guy, and he's an incredibly talented artist and illustrator and designer. So if you have any such need, in fact, you know who's doing work with Dom right now? Our great friend DJ Raw B has reached out to Dom and said, hey, Dom, I want some help on my new record cover, the album for his new record, which is awesome. I love the idea of DJ Raw B and Dom working together, but that's what this is about, man. Honestly, and I know that it brings me a lot of joy and happiness to know that we have like members of the community working with each other. Los D has had a couple of clients from our audience, and we love that. So reach out to Dom. It's Dominic@stellar.design, or call Dom at 650-796-3144. And Stellar Design, man, I'll take care of you in a big way, just like Dom. Dom is guy's a rock star, and he'll do great work for you. All right, Tony, why don't you get your ass on the road? Drive safely to Tahoe. Bring your pine needle backdrops, if you don't mind my asking specifically for that. And then tomorrow, again, send in your Ozzy songs, send in your Black Sabbath songs. We're going to pay respects to what I'll call the greatest heavy metal band in the history of recorded music. That's Black Sabbath. By the way, how many bands can you say this about? Black Sabbath, they invented a genre.
Yeah.
Think about that. They invented an effing genre. That's some pretty lofty stuff right there. So we pay respects to Black Sabbath tomorrow. Creative Tony, you drive safe. I'm going to give you the final word, and then we'll say goodnight to everybody.
I've got some great birthdays today, but we're going to push them till tomorrow because I have great birthdays from yesterday, great birthdays from today, and then there'll be some more tomorrow. I guess the one birthday I will shout out today, 2 birthdays I'll shout out today, Paulie. Roy Bitton 76. Your guy Roy Bittan from
The
Bruce Springsteen.
Professor Roy Bittan. And by the way, great joke from Bruce Springsteen. Why do they call him the Professor Roy Bittan? This is the best. Because he's the only member of the E Street Band with a high school diploma.
That's so rad.
And they call him the Professor because he graduated high school. None of the other guys did. That includes Bruce himself. Go ahead, T.
And your boy Fred Schneider turned 74 yesterday. So there you go.
Rock! Dude, everybody go out and put on Rock Lobster. It wasn't a rock. It was a rock lobster. Let's rock. When he drops Let's Rock, dude, it's as good as anything you're ever going to hear in rock and roll. Let's rock. I'm a Rock Lobster head. Tony, happy birthday to Schneider. Happy birthday to anybody else who might be celebrating a birthday tonight. Tony and I are July birthday boys. Ours are coming up soon, too. All right, Tony, drive safely, my brother. And great to see everybody tonight. Patty from Napa, John Joseph with the Ducks, Rising Wolf, Don Peralta, Escobar the Third. I didn't get enough of you tonight. I want to see you soon, Escobar. Rags, you got your robot centaurs, of course, Miguel Salas, on and on and on it goes. Noemi and Ray and Patty from Napa, Tony.
I just want to say thank you, everybody. I saw a lot of people in the chat sending me good vibes for today's, and my brother-in-law Brad. Thank you so much, you guys. I appreciate the love and thank you very much. And can't thank you all enough for the support. Not just with this tonight, but for the show and for supporting us since January 8th when we got this thing started. Tonight's episode 120. So
wow,
we're gonna keep rocking and rolling. We're gonna keep building this thing. And Paulie, I'm just happy to be on the ride with you, brother. And if you'll give me permission, I'd like to dismiss the class as Duval takes the mound.
Please do. And fly, Pelicans, fly. Go ahead. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. All right, Creative Tony, very nice work tonight. Seriously, drive safely. Enjoyed your Pink Floyd on the road. I'm requesting that you listen to Shine On You Crazy Diamond. It's just what a great piece of music that is. And you'll kill like 15 minutes just for that one track. So enjoy. Tony, I'll see you bright and early well, not that early, but I'll see you at 11 a.m. tomorrow. Last show of the week before we set you up for July 4th. Rags, get some sleep. Dom, great stuff. We'll see everybody tomorrow. Sweet Mad Hatter, what is happening, brother? Hit that leg bonk for me tonight if you don't mind my requesting that. And we will see you tomorrow. Polymath Particles, 11 a.m. Thursday. All right. And shout out Bar None in the glove, too. I'm glad Tony's wearing that. I demand I see that every Wednesday going forward. I got nothing left. Everybody have a great night. Tony, drive safe. See you tomorrow, kids. Bye-bye.
Peace, y'all.